Hey, what's cracking, everybody? Today I'm coming at you with another video, and this video is going to be on MiniOS Ultra. So you can see I have the website pulled up here, and MiniOS Ultra is one of those systems it's a very small system. The download is probably like about a gigabyte and a half, and pretty much that's what it's going to take on your disk, to get it installed and everything. But it is a Ubuntu based, and it runs with the XFCE desktop environment, and it is very snappy. It works very good, and hey, this is not the first time I take a look at Mini OS, but I think the last time that I tried to do it, I had a failure with the installation. So we're gonna go through it again and see if we could actually get it installed and on our system, so we could work with Mini OS directly from the hard drive instead of the live CD or the USB or whatever you want to call it. And right here it says a minimum system requirements: 768 megabytes of RAM, 64-bit, 1 gigahertz processor, and 1.7 gigabytes of disk space. And from what I can see, that's pretty much that holds true. But it is a very light system, and let's take a look at it. Like I said last time, I think I'd have to do a live CD first look at it. So this time I'm actually going to try to get it installed, and then I'll show you the installation process. That way we can work on it from the hard drive. All right, so let's take a look at MiniOS Ultra. All right, and here we are on the virtual machine. So first thing I want to do is I want to fix the screen resolution. So let me just go in here and click on type display. That way I can fix the screen resolution while I do the installation. I don't have to fix it right now because I'm going to have to do it again once it's installed. But I just like to have everything uniform. All right, so now we have the screen resolution fully fixed, and it's at 1920 by 1080. All right, so for this system, to find the installer, you click on the menu and you go to System, and there should be an install system here. There it is right there. It says Install MiniOS. So I'll click on that, and then let's see. I'm not even sure if this looks the same as it did before, but hey, let's go through it now and get it installed. So right here it says select file system. I'll always go with ext4. And let me see. This is already selected. All I have to do is click on install. And you get a warning. This action is irreversible. So if you're doing this on bare metal, just remember you are going to erase all of your data. So it's always good to test on a virtual machine first. So since I know this is a virtual machine and I'm not worried about anything, I'll just click on continue. And right now it's copying everything over to the hard drive. And let's see how long this takes. It shouldn't take long. And there it is there. Installation is complete. So it did install it pretty quickly. So I'll go ahead and I'll close this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually remove the ISO from the drive. So I'm going to go to my preferences. I'm going to remove the ISO. All right, so now I have no ISO. This is to confirm that I am booting up from the hard drive instead of the live CD, because I didn't enter a username or anything like that. All right, it says plugin whisker menu unexpectedly left the panel. All right, so I think because I removed the hard drive, it's fighting. But what I can do is I can do a force shutdown. All right, and then from right here, I'm just gonna double check it to make sure that the ISO did not and it did reattach itself. So I'm gonna remove it again. Sometimes it does that, so let me double check that again. All right, now there is no ISO attached to it, so I'll just go ahead and click on it and get it started. right, and right here, I'll just click on enter since English is my language. And it says resume previous session, start new session, fresh start. Let's see if I go with fresh start. We'll see what happens. All right, it looks like it's booting up now. And it should be booting up from the hard drive and not from the live CD or ISO. But just to be on the safe side again, I am going to check it again. Yeah, so there is no ISO connected to it. All right, so we are connected, and I have to do it again. I have to look for display. So right here under D, there's display. Set it to 1920 by 1080. Click on apply. Keep this configuration. Close. And all right, MiniOS Ultra is fully installed. And it's weird because it still has me down as a live user, but it is installed. It's installed on the hard drive. It's just the way this system works. The system works in a not normal way. And like I said, this is a MiniOS Ultra. This is a very small system, but it is very fast. It's very snappy. Everything just works instantly. No problems whatsoever. And we are using the XFCE desktop environment. So we have the panel on the bottom. We have the system tray on the right. We have some pinned applications on the left. And then we have our application launcher. And on our application launcher, we have favorites, recently used, all applications. So pretty much everything on your system is going to fall under this category. Then you got accessories, development, graphics, internet, multimedia, office, and system. All right, so it looks like it basically what it does, it just duplicates the ISO onto the hard drive, and it's like if your hard drive is now the actual ISO. So every time you log on, I guess you're gonna have to make some changes, but we could test some things out right now. This is Ubuntu based, so it should work with an app. So let's open up a terminal here. See what terminal. This should be the XFCE terminal. And it is the XFCE terminal, but let's take a look at it. And I do see right here it does say sudo app update before installing software. All right, so it is a Ubuntu Debian based system. So we'll do a sudo app update, and it did not ask for a password or anything. It just went straight into it. And right here it says the repository Debian Trixie is not signed. Notice can't be done securely, therefore disabled by default. Notice see app secure. So there's a small little error here regarding one of the repositories. But let's say we want to install something now. Let's see if anything gets in the way. So I'm gonna install, let's say Pluma. It says, oh, I didn't put install, sudo apt install. All right, it did find Pluma. And now it's going through the installation. So, all right, like I said, it is a Ubuntu Debian based system. So it should work just like it. And I do believe I did see, what was it that I saw? It's one of the Synaptic. Here you go. This is another, oh, it says unable to get exclusive lock. That's because I'm using apt in the terminal right now. So anyways, while that's installing, we already seen we have the XFCE terminal. The next thing next to it is going to be the file manager, and that is going to be Thunar. and it is Thunar 4.20. And pretty much your file manager, you know, it's gonna have your documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, templates, and videos. Of course, all these folders are empty until you actually fill them up with something. And to look at the hidden files, there's no option in the right click, but you can always go, I believe it's Control H. Yeah, you type Control H on your keyboard and it will show you the hidden files. If you want to hide them again, just Control H again. All right, and next to that, we have a web browser. Now, it's just a standard icon for a web browser, but it does open up Firefox. And it does open up the MiniOS website. So, and you get your Firefox privacy notice, which I don't need to see nothing about that. And we can take a look at the about right here. So about Firefox, it is 128.14.0 ESR. So this is going to be the Debian version. All right. So we could take a look at the MiniOS website from right here. And basically you got an about right here. You can check out their distro watch. You can check out their editions that they have. So they have standard, toolbox, ultra. This what I'm using right now is the ultra edition. And if you scroll down, you know, you'll get a little bit more info. But of course, I'll leave this website down in the video description. That way, if you want to take a look at it, you can. All right, let's see if our software is finished installing. It has, and I installed a Pluma, I believe. So let me just take a quick search for it, Plum, and there it is, Pluma. I just installed this using apt, and basically it's just a text editor. So, you know, if you want to write some text, write some code, write some whatever, you can just use that. All right, and since I do have the terminal open, let me just go ahead and clear this. Let's see if we got htop installed. And we do have htop installed. Let me try to zoom in right here because it does kind of have a little bit of transparency. And you can see right here the memory is only using 1.2. And it does have a swap. It's only using 15 megabytes. And the load averages are very low on this. They usually are on all Linux systems, so it's pretty much a standard thing that goes on with Linux. All right, let's see if they have NeoFetch. I know a lot of people don't use NeoFetch no more because it's no longer maintained. But just because it's no longer maintained doesn't mean that it's broken. You know, it just doesn't require any updates. So if it doesn't require an update, why maintain it? It's like adding something to something that doesn't need it. All right, so now we're going to try the Synaptic, and we're going to try to search for NeoFetch, see if it's in here. It probably won't be because I know that Arch Linux removed NeoFetch. But FastFetch did come up. I'll mark it for installation, mark, and then I'll click on apply. And I'll just go ahead and apply it, and we'll take a look at FastFetch just as soon as it's installed. All right, let me bring this down while that's installing. Did it finish? It looks like it did, so I can go ahead and close Synaptic. But before I close it, let's take a look at the about, and it is Synaptic Package Manager 0.91.7. Alrighty, so now I'll close it. All right, so FastFetch. I'm going to assume that you just type FastFetch. Oh, I type FadFetch. Let me check my spelling before I even click enter. And pretty much, there it is. It's pretty much the same as a NeoFetch, you know, but now it's called FastFetch. So, you know, You see right here, it does say Debian. So it is based off Debian. The kernel right here is going to be 6.12.41. And then you got all the rest of your relevant information on here. So on your system, obviously it's going to be different than right here. This is just what my virtual machine system is built on. So that's the information it's going to give you. For you, it's going to be different. For everybody, it's going to be different. But the relevant info is going to be your OS and your kernel. And, you know, minor changes here and there. All right. So this is a MiniOS Ultra. And this is on bare metal. It is installed. So, yeah. Everything's snappy. Everything's fast. Everything runs quick. Everything runs the way it's supposed to run. Everything just works. Fast and quick and good. All right. So if it's something you want to take a look at, I have the link down in the video description. That way you can take a look at it for yourself. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you like what you just saw, please go ahead and subscribe. If you don't mind, please hit that like button. And if you didn't like the video, just hit that dislike button. It's all fair game right here on LinuxHub. And that's going to do it for this. And I'm out.